Coming back to our top story on Prime Minister Modi appreciating Donald Trump and what it means for Indo-US relations, we are joined by Ambassador Meera Shankar, former Indian ambassador to USA. Ambassador, very warm welcome to DD India News Hour. I first want to know your take on the India-US relations as they stand now.
Look, there has been tension in the relationship
Yes.
in recent days because of the tariffs which have been imposed on India higher than on any other country. And this includes punitive tariffs for India's purchase of Russian oil. India believes that it has been unfairly singled out. And so this has led to, as I said, some tensions in the relationship. But President Trump's tweet that he has a great relationship with Prime Minister Modi and that Modi will continue to be his friend, and positive sentiments on India-US relations, I think provide an opening for both countries. And Prime Minister Modi has responded very positively to President Trump's tweet, appreciating his sentiments on the positive and forward-looking, comprehensive and global strategic partnership between India and the United States. So this is an opening which could hold the potential of allowing the two countries to begin a process of re-engagement on trade issues. And to try to work their way through some of the differences which have arisen, or to work their way around it where this is not possible. I think it's an opportunity. Let's see where it leads.
Okay. Can we call it a strategic reset in ties between both the countries?
Too early.
Okay.
Too early for that.
Okay.
I think that would really depend on when the US is ready to walk back some of the tariffs and reach a trade deal with India.
Okay.
Before that, I think it would be premature to say it's a reset in ties, but it offers an opening.
Okay.
You know, from the very
Just a stepping stone, just the beginning.
Yes. Very harsh rhetoric which was coming out of Washington. You know, Peter Navarro, Howard Lutnick, all of them singling out India for very harsh comments. President Trump's tweet offers an opening to walk back from that and to, you know, provide an opportunity where both countries may see it worth their while to re-engage on these issues. The rest of the relationship has kept moving. You know, we've had 2+2 dialogue between the officials of the Foreign Ministry and Defense Ministry on both sides. We have had a military exercise in India in which the US military has participated. There's been a military exercise in Alaska where the Indian military has participated. And the signals being sent are there's continuity in the rest of the relationship. Well, President Trump's words also try to portray this trade issue as a kind of a temporary blip in the relationship. But from India's point of view, you know, with all those labor-intensive sectors getting hit, it may not be a temporary blip. It's quite an important aspect of the relationship. And we would hope that the two countries can work their way forward on these issues in a way which recognizes India's concerns and, you know, doesn't seek completely one-sided, you know, a one-sided agreement.
Okay. Donald Trump has termed the relationship between India and the US very special. How do you react on that, on Trump's statement?
Well, I think, you see, there's been criticism that the US could lose India as a result of the way it's been treating India, and the fact that India also signaled that it was prepared for some rebalancing of ties with the great powers through the summit, SCO summit, which attended, and Trump had tweeted, you know, I think we have lost Russia and India to deepest, darkest China. And there has been criticism from foreign policy experts, including from former National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, that the US policies are driving India away and that the US could actually lose India. So I think Trump's efforts, Trump's tweets are an effort to, recover some of that lost ground and not be in a state where India is pushed irrevocably away from the United States.
Okay. Do you think, Ambassador, somewhere the SCO summit has sent out a strong message to the Western world?
Well, it sent out a message, and the fact that India has followed a policy of very mature policy, response of no confrontation with the US, but no capitulation either. So we have been very restrained in our comments. We have not responded with reciprocal tariffs to the United States. But at the same time, we have belied the US expectations that they merely had to crack the whip and India would fall in line with regard to the preferred policies that the US wanted us to follow with regard to Russia.
Okay. Ambassador, you talked about deepest, darkest China just a while back. I want to ask you that what changed in a day? A day before we saw Trump saying that US had lost India to deepest, darkest China, and now he's saying there is nothing to worry. I want to ask you, Ambassador, what changed in a day?
Well, there have been contacts, continued back-channel contacts and engagement between India and the United States. And I think perhaps Sena Council is beginning to get some hearing in the United States that it is not something which the US should do to alienate India completely if they see China as the main challenger to the US in future and even today.
Indeed, Ambassador. From past few days, Ambassador, we are witnessing a measured tone from Trump top aides. Whether it's Nikki Haley, it's Scott Bessent. Was this statement by Trump building up since days and it just released today?
Well, I think it's also a response because Trump is very mercurial, as you've seen. The consistency is not a virtue as far as he is concerned.
Right.
So we are seeing this. But I think from India's point of view, it's more important that he has shifted ground than, and we should really seize this opportunity to see where we can take it.
Okay. We talked about trade deal. You talked about trade deal, Ambassador, also a while back. What are the chances of trade deal from here after Trump's statement and also Prime Minister Narendra Modi appreciating President Donald Trump?
Well, I think that if both countries want to, they can find workarounds. In the past, there have been so many issues where our positions were not the same, but we were able to find either a way to, agree to disagree or to work around some of these issues. And I think it should, given goodwill, I think it should be possible to do that with the United States. But it's important for the United States to recognize that India is not an ally of the United States. We are a strategic partner of the United States, and there's a difference. And that is because there are areas where our interests converge, particularly in the Indo-Pacific. But there are also areas where there will be different approaches, given India's geographical location, where it has Pakistan and China as neighbors and Russia as a next but one neighbor. And on the other hand, its level of development which is very different from that of the United States, which is the most developed economy. So there will be differences of perspective on several issues. And if we start making any area the touchstone of the entire relationship, the relationship will become very fraught. I think we have to proceed on the basis that the relationship is fundamentally in the interest of the two countries, and that we have to learn to talk through, live with our differences, and also work around them where we can.
Indeed. Ambassador, what do you think till now? What is the impediment when it comes to the trade deal? Is it just the tariffs, or there are some other things as well?
Well, I think, it's a mixture of things.
Okay.
But obviously the latest tweets from President Trump show that there is some saner thinking going on about the overall relationship. So I think we should seek, as I said, to explore and probe the opening that this provides.
Okay, very quickly, Ambassador, how does the future looks like here from here on? Especially after Trump's tweet today, Trump's post today, and everything what you've said regarding the relations between the two countries?
Well, I would hope that this binge of India bashing that has been going on is toned down. And that, they start looking at India not as the next whipping boy because they can't hit China since it hit back with restrictions on exports of rare earths and critical minerals impacting the US economy, but as a strategic partner who fundamentally has a good relationship with the United States. There are many areas of convergence, but at the same time, understanding that there will not be 100% agreement between the two countries on various issues, given our divergent locations, given our divergent levels of economic development.
All right, Ambassador Meera Shankar, thank you so much for joining in on DD India News. Thank you.